Morning Warriors, welcome to YSHY. Today I'm not feeling too well, so I thought I'd stay home but get this video out to you guys. One of the things I was talking about last week with a team was how to do a stand-up and really what the essence of a stand-up is. So for those of you that aren't using Scrum, this is actually still relevant because what it means is that you get communication in a structured sense, but also you don't spend too much time doing it. Okay, so stick around for the next couple of minutes where I go through a couple of things that you might want to do, even in your non-Scrum team, to make it a little bit more efficient and get the communication done. Okay, so let's get into it. Scrum teams specifically, but I've seen other teams do this as well. They do something called a daily Scrum or a daily stand-up, which basically is a standing up meeting where you tell everyone else what you're doing. In fact, it's structured. You kind of get 3 questions you have to answer as a team member. The first one is, what did I do yesterday? So a review of yesterday. The second one is, what will I be doing today? So a plan for today. And the last one, and probably the most important, is what other things that are stopping me from getting things done that I want to get done today, right? And so if everyone in the team is standing up and talking to each other and talking about these 3 things, what will happen is, first of all, everyone else gets to know what everyone else is working on, which is great. The bigger deal here is that you'll get to see any conflicts. So especially when you're in a Scrum team or a software development team, you'll get to figure out that you're working on the same code base or the same module or the same code file straight away, and then you can deal with that conflict straight away rather than it happening later on when you're in a rush to release or something like that. The last question, guys, around what are the blockers or what are the impediments for me to get my work done today is more for the Scrum Master or someone in the team that's job it is to actually get rid of impediments from the people that are getting work done, right? In a Scrum team, that's called the Scrum Master, and what the Scrum Master's role is to ensure productivity by removing any impediments that are in the way of developers or testers or BAs or anything else. Okay, I usually say to my teams and people that I consult with that everyone should get 90 seconds to answer those 3 questions, so you get sort of 30 seconds each. Anything more than that usually is information overload, especially if you've got a team of sort of 7 plus, and you're now starting to waste a lot of time, okay? Any discussions that need to be had, either bilaterally or multilaterally with a couple of people from the team, should be after the Scrum process, after the stand-up process, and let the other team members that are not required in that room to disappear and go and do that work. The last thing we want to do is actually get them to sit around and get bored because they're not engaged in the conversation that the 3 other team members are having. The other part of this, guys, and this is probably the hard part to actually teach, but it's really important, is that this is not reporting to a leader or a boss or a supervisor. That's not what we do at a stand-up, at a daily stand-up. What we're trying to do is just communicate out to everybody, okay? So if your scrums are all about, hi, leader, this is what I did yesterday, this is what I'm doing today, and this is what's stopping me, and everyone does the same sort of thing where they're just talking to one person, stop doing the scrums. It's not worth it. You're not getting any value because everyone there is only talking to one person and we're wasting everyone else's time. So you can do that on email, okay? Scrums usually require people to be in the same room, but you can do scrums on video conferencing as well. I've done that multiple times with multiple teams and it works really well. You have to have the same time. So if you're spanning, time zones and stuff, make sure you figure all that out. And also the other thing there is that it's best to have then an electronic board, a Kanban board or an Agile Scrum board that everyone is looking at so you can actually make changes and have a look at stuff. Okay. The last thing here is when you're answering your questions, what I did today, what I did yesterday, what I'm doing today, do not just speak in terms of the story number that you're talking about or the task number. Actually explain the task in one sentence, okay? Because you want other people to get context and understand what you're actually working on so they can put what they're doing into context against what you're working on, all right? No one's going to go and check the story number for you. You need to communicate that out. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm sorry about the sort of the casualness of this video, but I really wanted to get this out to those of you that are looking at, engaging your team and improving the communication. Cheers. Have a good day.